How's it going, guys? I got a new deck today. You're probably seen it if you've subscribed to like any other TCGO channels. It was just one of the first decks that ever come out of this set. It's just Weavile, Exeggcute with Electrode and Mr. Mime, just a bunch of Pokemon for Weavile to discard, and it kind of works out. This first game is not really that serious at all. I'm just kind of showing it. I'm putting it because it's against a deck that you expect to run sometimes, or expect to run into sometimes, and I'm just going to explain how it kind of works in the first one. So I lead off with the Lone Voltorb. I didn't mention this in the title of the deck because it's not really a crucial part to how this deck attacks. It's a nice thing to have to discard in case Weavile needs to discard it with its secondary attack. But otherwise, you just have it in here for a magnetic draw just to be able to draw yourself into more and more cards every turn. So the real stars of the show are Weavile and Exeggcute. What I'm going to go ahead and do right here is I'm going to go ahead and computer search my... What was that? I don't even remember what I searched. I think it was my Skyla and my Dark Patch, just to get myself another Voltorb just in case that one dies. And I'm really hesitant to put that energy down because I just put down Frozen City. I've just only started playing with this deck this morning, so it's kind of a impulse for me to put down the Stadium before I attach to Sneasel, and I remember that Sneasel's not a Plasma Pokemon, so if I were to attach to it, I would actually take some damage. So I don't want to do that now until I evolve into a Weavile. But Exegcute's ability, I haven't actually gotten to one yet, nor have I gotten to a Weavile, but I might as well cover what's going on. Exeggcute, its ability, when you discard it, once per turn, you get to put it back in your hand if it's in your discard pile. But the thing is what is it? TP, the Pokemon Company International, TPCI, or whoever makes the rules for this. This is not a glitch online, nor is it in real life. I spoke to a couple judges about this because one of them actually was playing Weavile Exeggcute at a separate event, but they ruled that the instant the Exeggcute comes out of the discard pile and comes back in, it's a brand new Pokemon that entered the discard pile, so you can actually use the ability an unlimited number of times. He got away with using it at the tournament. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing. He said that it was a ruling, but I figure I might as well go with it. So anyway, Exeggcute, you discard it, you can put it back in your hand, it's cool times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball, get rid of that stuff, and then I think am I getting something from my bench, or am I getting something from my hand? I'm getting another Electrode just to be able to magnetic draw twice in a row and also live another Righteous Edge. So turns out I draw into a, what was that, a Dark Energy, a Frozen City, and an Exeggcute, whatever. So I just know that Exeggcute can freely move back and forth between discard pile and hand as long as Garbodor is not in play. Now, Weavile's second attack, which is Vilify, it does 30 damage times the number of Pokemon you discard from your hand. So as you can see, Exeggcute will continually refill your hand for a guaranteed 120, and then more if you actually have more Pokemon in your hand. And with the Dark Claw, that is 140 damage for 2 energies, which, if I say so myself, is not too shabby. Frozen City is also there to get yourself to that damage, because as you can see, the instant the Cobalion loads up with another energy to be able to Steel Bullet and just continually knock out everything, it'll be at 140. So if he takes out this Electrode by putting another energy on there, I can just come in with Weavile theoretically, and then if I had 4 Exeggcutes in between my discard and my hand, I could just Vilify those and then just kind of go from there and knock it out. So he uses up a switch just for the sake of keeping his Cobalion safe, I think, there. But it's important to note that the Kling Clang on his bench is actually a Shift Gear one, not a Plasma Clang. Now, this is moderately important for a couple reasons here. One of them being that he can move the energy off of it, and I forgot to evolve that thing. It's honestly whatever. I think I opt to catch her in... I'm gonna catch her in the Kling Clang, just to see what he wants to do about that, and then go for a magnetic draw. Turns out I don't really get anything off of that, so yeah. Basically, I'm kind of waiting for an opportunity to just take something out with Weavile, but before I do that, I need to get more Exeggcutes going between that circuit of my discard pile and my hand. To put them in my discard pile would be ideal, because that way there's one little bank where I can just tap into and get them out at any time. As long as they're in my deck, there's nothing I can do about them. And right here, he fucks up big time. And he ends up max potioning all of the energy off of the Cobalion before he moved it off. And that was 3 turns worth of energy attachment, which is absolutely crucial with that deck. So I'm just like, what did you do? Why did you do that? You could have moved it off, and he didn't, so he just kind of scoops from there. Anyways, moving on to game 2 where stuff actually happens. This is a very bad lead. Because if I get Landerist or something, that's it. I end up losing, period, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it. Other than that, shit, yikes, what a hand. This is actually really, really bad. As long as I could get a Pokemon off this, but it turns out I didn't even go first. And then I realized I'm up against that matchup that I said I really wanted to be against because Frozen City just punishes the hell out of everything. And then it turns out he ends me. But honestly, this deck cannot get a one-turn knockout unless it runs Laser Bank. And I don't think it does. It's not a thing that normally happens. So I'm actually not that upset about this matchup. So, I mean, he could rush in with Keldeo, but that's about it. He'll just be getting a Squirtle out of the active spot. So I told him just Laser Bank already because believe it or not, I have seen some Blastoise variants that do run Laser Bank. I have little to no idea how they fit it, but it has been something I've seen before. So I was like, just go ahead and do it. Fuck it, whatever. I have to put down another basic right now is the important thing. So I think I just end up discarding a Dark Energy and a Colress because Colress is not really going to get me anything right now. And then I can put down a Sneasel, a Dark Energy, and then just get rid of that Weavile. So I don't like that my Exeggcute is actually out on the field. That should not happen. I'm just going to wait for him to knock it out, honestly. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's a very, very big I'm not going to call it a mistake on my opponent's end, but it's a play out of desperation that honestly ends up hurting him a lot. He Junipers 1, 2, 3 catchers, and that means that he only has 1 catcher left, meaning that my bench things are just that much more safe. I don't really have to fear the 4th catcher necessarily because odds are it could be in his prizes at that point. But I'm going to go ahead and end right now because I don't really want to put anything else down. And I don't really come to anything else either. I mean, I can put down... I just end up doing... I really don't know why I did that right there. I was just waiting for another Weavile. I think this is the game where I end into absolute garbage. And then this is one of the first couple games where I just really started to doubt how consistent this deck was. And then, like, the 7 games before this went great. And then this game and the one after it were so awful. I have no explanation for it. But I finally get a Voltorb in play, and then it turns out that I don't have an Electrode for it either. I'm kind of just waiting to see if he's going to knock out the Exeggcute. Like, I really want him to, because number one, it'll give me a safe switch into Sneasel, assuming I can get a Weavile into play, and it'll get it in the discard pile. But honestly, I don't really want to do that yet. And then it turns out, oh, hey, spoilers, I don't really hit anything there either. Debating putting down a second Voltorb to get 2 magnetic draws going. But honest, like, look at my hand right now. This is awful. I just really want him to kill off that Exeggcute so it can get to the discard pile where it freaking belongs. But he hits a 3rd energy on this thing and just opts to Secret Sword for 50 to knock it out. I'm just like, welp, I still haven't really hit anything, so I might as well promote that Voltorb, go for the end, get rid of some cards in his hand, and refresh my hand, hopefully get some good stuff. Now, I finally came into something that I can actually use. So I can go ahead and Pecom out the Sneasel to get myself an Exeggcute, Ultra Ball away the 2 Exeggcutes to get them both in the discard pile, and get myself something new here. So I could have gotten a 3rd Exeggcute for next turn to be able to discard for it, or that's actually what I ended up doing. Okay. I think I should have gotten an Electrode off of that, but I don't really know what I was thinking. I'm still kind of new to this deck. So yeah, that's the thing. It should be worth mentioning that I played this deck less than 5 times at this point, but I was really happy with the build of it that I just kind of threw together. It ended up working out pretty well. As you can see, I think Keldeo has 60 damage on it. The Black Kyurem actually has a lot of damage as well. So assuming I can get all of my Exeggcutes into the discard pile, I'm golden. Like, I should be able to take out the Black Kyurem in one shot with all the Exeggcutes being vilified and just kind of go from there. So I'm pretty okay with this hand too because I can just propagate another Exeggcute back into my hand. Ultra Ball for a Weavile and then just go ahead and end out immediately after. Or I could get an Electrode. That is also an option. But the unlimited Ultra Balling is just so sweet. So toss those eggs in the garbage and we'll just go ahead and get myself, I think I'm just getting a Weavile. Just to attack. Or what am I doing? Did I just not do anything? Oh, I was going for a Weavile, and then it turns out I had 3 of them prized. That was such a pain in the ass. Meaning I have to super rod that one back in and hope I come into it. Turns out I do. That was really scary for a second there. But what am I doing here? I'm propagating just so I can be able to computer search / Villify on the next turn. And what am I doing? Did I do that? I think I needed to get an energy in the discard pile as well. So I'm going to go ahead and dock patch onto that, then evolve to Weavile. I could catch her into something else just to waste it if I really want to. But what am I doing? There's 3 in there. Should I attack it? Is that enough to take it out? I think it is enough to take it out because that'll do 90. Actually, no, I have a Dark Claw. So that'll actually be 110. I almost forgot to magnetic draw right there, but I got myself another Sneasel, which is pretty cool. So go for the propagation. This is going to be an even knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Just because the 110, 3 Exeggcutes at 30 apiece is going to be 90 with the Dark Claw is plus 20 for 110. And he already had 60 damage on him just from attaching energy. So just like that, I get an EX knockout, and the score is all prized up just from that really fortunate N, although I must admit, I probably should have gotten some better ones off of that. And I get double Weavile for prizes. Hell yeah, how cool is that? So, assuming I lose this Weavile right now, I will have some backups going on. I do run 4-4, which is why it really freaking scared me that I had 3 of them prized. The fact that I had to super rod so early was just, what? Why? Okay. But, also remember that there's going to be no catchers at all whatsoever. Well, there's going to be one more. I honestly don't know where it is, nor do I really care. I'd imagine it's more important to him to be able to get a Blastoise up right now, just so he can have the acceleration. And he also needs to get a different stadium in play, otherwise it's just going to be punishing him nonstop. So, I ate a Black Ballista right to the face, take 200 damage. But, it's not all in vain, just because I can go ahead and promote a Sneasel, and then I can just evolve both of them. I believe I'm also going to, I think I'm catchering and then magnetic drawing. So, get another catcher, or am I going to chorus? I think I'm chorusing. That was good. That was a better play. So, I will put a Dark Claw on the active, Dark Patch onto the benched one, and now I'm almost good to go again. So, I can do that. I can put down oh, you know what? That's right. I wanted to get rid of the Keldeo, like, right now, which is why I'm just going to Vilify my entire hand. Why? Because why the hell not? That's one of the main reasons that Voltorb is there. I think I'll only run a 3-2 line on that, or maybe I do run 3-3. I really wasn't paying attention. But it turns out I actually only have to discard 5 of these things, and I leave a lone Voltorb in my hand just in case I want to chorus later. Or put it down in case I lose it in the first place. I run 2 Super Rods in this deck in case I need to put stuff back. So, get rid of the Keldeo, actually get myself a Dark Energy and a Dark Patch, which is fan-fucking-tastic. It means I'll have another Weavile ready to go. And the fact that he Black Ballista'd means that he's going to have to load up more energy on this, Black here, making it even easier to knock out. The Exeggcutes are already in the discard pile, but it's fine. So, he finally gets the Frozen City out of the way and puts on a Pokemon Center, which means he can now load it up for free. And he can also heal off some of it. I think I was in an alternate tab right there. But he does heal off a little bit of the damage, and then he can just go ahead and load it up, take out my next Weavile. And the score's looking like it's going to be kind of close, because he's superior energy retrievals first off, to get 4 energies back. And then just load up his Black Kyurem again and just go to town. But I still have the Voltorb in my hand to be able to discard it. To make the knockout a little bit easier on Black Kyurem, I forgot if I got all 4 Exeggcutes in the discard pile, but that would be 150, I believe. If he wants to promote it and go for it, he still has 40 damage on him, meaning that the total will be at 190 out of 180, meaning if he does go for this, I can get the knockout right now. So I'm curious as to whether or not he actually is going to go for it. So we see an attachment to Squirtle with a Deluge, and then he's just going to go ahead and retreat, and I believe Black Ballista to knock out this one. So I don't know if he was counting on the fact that I didn't have a Dark Energy on that, but he's like YOLO, because he's really got no other options at this point. I don't know what that last card is in his hand. I would hope for his sake that it's a supporter. I honestly don't remember 10 minutes ago because I play so many of these games. I'm going to attach to that Weavile, put down that too, and then just go for Magnetic Draw, see what I can get. Turns out I get 2 Skylas, so I'm trying to think about what I'm going to get from here. I think if I get a Dark Claw, I can still make the knockout happen. So I attach that, and ooh, you know what? I fell 30 short. That's really upsetting. So do that, do that, do that, and then I'm going to Vilify for 110, leaving him at 150. I guess I thought at that point I had 3 eggs in there, which is why I go for the Dark Claw, but I don't. So that kind of stinks. He doesn't have a Keldeo though, which means that he cannot rush or he can't rush in or retreat with the Floatstone shenanigans like they're known to do. I probably should have Skylared for a Frozen City here instead of a Dark Claw, because he just loads this thing up a little bit more, scares the hell out of me with a Juniper, and I honestly don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I need to take out the Black Harem. That is my main thing right here, and I don't have any more Sneasels or Weaviles on the field. That Super Scoop Up Tails probably cost him the match right there, because he's not able to heal that off. He can't drop it back down or anything of the sort. He can Black Ballista right here, but yeah, I forget what I top deck here. I don't understand why I'm uploading this if it looks this shitty at this point. Like, I really don't know. Okay, so we're promoting the Voltorb. It's down to 2-1. Get a Frozen City. How about that? So I believe I'm going for am I going for an Ultra Ball? I think I'm going for an Ultra Ball. So I believe I'm going to propagate 2 Exeggcutes, and you guys can probably see the play I'm going for right now. I'm going to go ahead and discard the Exeggcutes to get myself a Sneasel, and then attach to it as well as Dark Patch onto it. Yeah, there we go. So I'll do that. And yeah, I have to attach first. I'm attaching to the active Voltorb just to be able to do stuff. And it turns out Sneasel's actually going to get the knockout this game because I drew into another Dark Patch. That was some pretty lucky top decking right there. But I get to retreat the active Voltorb, and then Quick Attack will do 40 minimum, but it did 60 just to rub salt in the wound. So Sneasel takes the game on that one. That was kind of cool. So got myself my 3rd Weavile and a Super Rod just to rub it in. But that's how Weavile Exeggcute really works. I don't know. I really like this deck. I kind of hope you guys did too. It's just one of those funsy decks that just uses some really weird and interesting cards out of the format and just kind of does cool stuff with them. So that was a game. I hope you guys, I think that was 2 games actually. Hope you guys enjoyed it though. Them and it, not that. Them, not it. Anyways, the video. Yeah. If you liked it, you can comment, rate, subscribe, do your thing. This is not one of the contest entry things. I'm still trying to get together all the cards necessary for the 3rd winners thing. And then Polyswagger, you still have to contact me about your packs. And I believe the other person still has to contact me as well regarding their packs. But I've already kind of outlined everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell everybody that as soon as I can upload the 3rd one. But that's it for TCGO. I'm still in the process of getting some other cards to put stuff together. And I'm going to be making a lot of decks sometime next week. So we'll see some new stuff. We'll continue seeing some new stuff. But for now, that'll do it. I figured I was obligated to upload Weavile Exeggcute at least once for now. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.